We have a big matchup coming up, so we have a lot to discuss today, so let's get right to it. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to stay informed. Now, let's get started because there's a lot going on in Cleveland. First, let's talk about Nick Chubb. I know we've all been waiting for this moment. Chubb is set to make his long-awaited return next week against the Bengals. Yes, you heard me right. After being sidelined since week 2 of last season with a serious knee injury, Chubb is getting close to getting back on the field. This guy has been working hard behind the scenes, even helping our defense by giving them a solid look on the scout team. Now, his return is just around the corner. Can you imagine the energy when he runs out of that tunnel? Browns fans, it's going to be huge. This isn't just any return. We're talking about a player who has had not one, but 2 major reconstructions on the same knee. You don't see that often in the NFL. Even our running backs coach, Duce Staley, said he can't remember anyone else coming back from that kind of injury, tearing every ligament in their knee, some even twice. And now, here he is, ready to prove everyone wrong again. If things go well in practice this week, we could be looking at a game-changer for our season. With the Browns at 1-4, we need that spark. And let's be honest, who better to provide it than Nick Chubb? Next, we have some positive news on the subject of Denzel Ward. It's been a tough season for Ward so far. Between his concussion in training camp, a shoulder injury, and now a hamstring strain, he hasn't had the easiest time staying on the field. But here's the good news, he's expected to see action against the Eagles this Sunday. Even if it's limited, having Ward back will be a big deal. The Eagles are getting their star receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, back as well, so we need all the help we can get. Ward has been a standout on our defense this season, despite all the setbacks. Pro Football Focus ranked him as the 12th best player on our defense. And with our safety unit banged up, Juan Thornhill, Brent Delpit, and Ronnie Hickman are all out, Ward's return couldn't have come at a better time. Rodney McLeod and DeAnthony Bell will step in at safety, and this is a great opportunity for Bell to show what he's made of. But let's be real, Ward's presence, even on a part-time basis, could make all the difference. Now, we have to talk about Deshaun Watson. There's no hiding it, Watson had his worst game of the season last week against the Commanders. He knows it, we know it. But here's the thing, Watson is determined to bounce back. He admitted he pushed too hard last week, trying to do too much. Against the Eagles, the plan is simple, take one play at a time and avoid chasing big plays just to make up for mistakes. Head coach Kevin Stefanski is keeping Watson, believing he will bounce back with a solid game plan and better execution from the team around him. Watson will have his main weapons in Amari Cooper and David Njoku, who, by the way, is playing through a lot of pain. Njoku suffered a knee injury against the Commanders, adding to his already sprained ankle, but he will still be out there fighting. That's the kind of toughness we need right now. Speaking of returns, Jack Conklin is also expected to return this week. Conklin, who underwent reconstructive knee surgery last year, will be back in the mix either as a starter or splitting time at right tackle. This could be a big boost for our offensive line, which has struggled at times, especially with DeJuan Jones still nursing the rust from his own injury. We will need Conklin's veteran presence as we try to get back into the win column. Jedrick Wills Jr., on the other hand, has been one of the few bright spots lately. After dealing with a knee injury, Wills returned to the starting lineup last week and played well despite the team's overall struggles. He was the Browns' highest-graded offensive lineman, according to Pro Football Focus, and that's the kind of stability we need going forward. Let's not forget Jerry Jeudy, who has been one of the few bright spots on offense. Jeudy has adapted quickly to our system and has shown some serious playmaking ability, especially on those off-schedule plays like street ball, where he just finds a way to get open. Coach Chad O'Shea has been impressed with Judy's instincts, comparing him to a guy playing football in the backyard in Florida, just making plays happen. That kind of natural talent is exactly what we need right now, especially with our slow start. And Amari Cooper? The Browns are taking notice of how he's responded to adversity. Cooper didn't start off the way he wanted, but the way he handled it, staying positive, working hard, and leading by example, was contagious in the locker room. His teammates see that, and it inspires them to keep pushing, even when things aren't going their way. There's been some talk around the league about potential trades if the Browns don't turn things around soon, but for now, Cooper isn't going anywhere. He's focused on helping this team get out of its early season slump. So Browns fans, with all of these updates, Nick Chubb's possible return, Denzel Ward back in action, and Watson poised to redeem himself, there's a lot to be excited about. But now it's your turn. What do you think? Are you optimistic about Chubb's return? It's no secret that things haven't been easy for our Browns lately. We're heading into Week 6 on a tough 3-game losing streak, and guess who we have next? The Philadelphia Eagles. They're coming off a bye week, rested and ready, and they have their top receivers, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, both back in action. Yes, it's going to be a battle, no doubt. But Browns fans, it's not all doom and gloom. There are some bright spots, and we have to talk about one of the brightest spots on this team right now, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. JOK has been nothing short of incredible this season, and if you've been watching closely, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The guy has been all over the field, making plays that few in the league can match. In fact, he's done something that only one other player, San Francisco's Fred Warner, has accomplished this year. JOK is one of 2 players in 2024 to record a sack, an interception, and a forced fumble all in the same game. That's elite company, folks. We're talking about one of the best linebackers in the NFL. Let's break it down. Jeremiah's versatility is incredible. He's the kind of player who can line up anywhere, whether it's rushing the passer, dropping back in coverage, or making tackles in the open field. And that's exactly what this defense needs right now. We all know Myles Garrett is the star, but JOK is right up there, arguably the second best defender on this team. His speed? Off the charts. His ability to read plays and be in the right place at the right time? Even better. Just watch the film and you'll see for yourself. Now, we all know the offense has struggled, there's no getting around it. Deshaun Watson hasn't been playing at the level we need him to, and the offensive line has had its issues. We're near the bottom of the league in several offensive metrics, which has put a lot of pressure on the defense to keep us in games. But you know what? The defense has answered the call. Week after week, they've excelled, and guys like Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah have been leading the charge. This Sunday against the Eagles will be a real test. Philadelphia's offense is stacked, and with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith back, our secondary will need to be on high alert. But that's where JOK comes in. His ability to cover, blitz, and make game-changing plays could be the key to keeping the Eagles in check. We've seen it this season, whether it's stopping the run, forcing turnovers, or making game-changing stops, Jeremiah is the guy who can swing the momentum in our favor. Even with all the challenges we face, there's a lot to look forward to, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is one of the reasons why. He's showing the kind of leadership and playmaking ability that can inspire the entire team. And let's not forget, he's still young, still getting better with every snap. If this defense can continue to improve, and if the offense can find its groove, there's still time to turn this season around. So, Browns fans, what do you think? Is JOK the future leader of this defense? How do you see him comparing to the Eagles this week? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed the content and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a Browns update. Go Browns!